Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. Alongside Peter Vera, I'm Sean McGraw, and we are here at Mamaroneck for the second time this season as we get another look at the girls basketball team. The first game we did against Portchester was a blowout. Suffern, much better team. This should be a very good game.
It should be a very good game. It could be very closer, Charlie. But if it wants to be a very close game, Suffern has to look out at junior captain guard from Mamaroneck High School, Allie James. And that's like the big girl that we're looking at today, because she scored a lot of points, had a lot of steal, had a lot of assists, so watch out for her today.
Yeah, Allie James, one of the best players in the section, just a junior too, so we'll keep an eye on her, as you should as well. And we'll be right back with the opening tip-off next on LMC Varsity Sports.
At this time, we'd like to introduce tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from Suffern. Starting at guard, a freshman, number 3, Sydney Goldstein. At guard, a sophomore, number 10, Grace Krebs. At guard, a junior, number 2, Allie Goldstein. At guard, a senior, number 21, she's the captain, Elizabeth Ellsworth. And at guard, a senior, number 14, also a captain, Delaney Hall. Assistant coaches for the Mounties are Rich Berger Sr. and Alexis Fibble. Head coach, Rich Berger. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for our own Mamaroneck Tigers! Starting at center, a junior, number 21, Petit Seth. Starting at guard, a senior, number 13, Amanda Gutierrez. Starting at forward, a junior, number 20, Jamie Randall. At guard, a junior, number 1, she's the captain, Allie James. And starting at forward, she's the senior, number 15, also a captain, Alexia Nackable. The assistant coach for the Ladies Tigers is Danielle Fianza, head coach Joanna McNellis, and tonight's official, Ray Rosado and John
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Vera, I'm Sean McGraw. Suffern wins the toss, but is taken by James, and she misses the wide open layup, and then Gutierrez misses the layup, rebounded by Randall. It's stolen by Suffern, and they're off to the races already as it goes out. Golden chance. We don't see Allie James miss those layups often.
Not at all. Not at all, Charlie. Allie James, in the last game we did against Portchester, normally those layups were going in.
She had about 25 points. But Mamaroneck gets it back after
Suffern tried to run and lost it into Sek. Sek dribbles, pumps, and scores. She has 2 points on the assist from
Noctigal.
nearly stolen by Sek, and she knocks it out of bounds, and Athletic Director Barry Suleman will have to pick it up and give it to the official. Good to see Barry alert over there, as it'll be brought up by Suffern.
That team 6 showing every capability that she can play on both sides of the court, defense and offense.
Who, Barry Suleman? As it'll be brought up by Mamaroneck. Now, Barry is a good athletic director on both sides of the ball, in the classroom and out on the field. So it'll be brought in by Mamaroneck, and Randall plays it to Gutierrez, pops, and off the back rim, no good, off of, a good call for the Tigers as it stays with them. It looked like it went off of Gutierrez.
That previous play that when they scored, I also thought that Suffern was going to be with the ball, but apparently it was kicked off of Suffern.
Jump ball. possession out of Suffern, even though Suffern won the toss. It went to Mamaroneck, so they did win the toss and the opening tip. So it'll go to there. It'll go back to Suffern. Sec with an interception. She tips it to Noctigal. Noctigal plays it up to James. James thought about the 3, pops the 2, and it is off of Suffern.
Allie James pretty
now
cold.
It's off of.
Allie James pretty cold so far there, Charlie. 0 for 2 now on the field goals.
Went off of Mamaroneck, excuse me, and now it'll be Suffern ball, and they'll experience the full press from the Tigers, and Suffern will break it, and they have a wide open layup, and it'll be put in by Delaney Hall. And it's 2-2. And now they'll press.
Nice play by Suffern. You saw how they
intercepted by Allie Goldstein, and she makes the 2. So 2 turnovers, costly for Mamaroneck, and as it's now 4-2, Goldstein and Hall with the early baskets. Randall gets it seconds wide open underneath the basket, and she'll lay it in, and she's got 4 quick points.
That team Sec is all over this court, but Suffern has been playing some very smart basketball here early. And now they did something a little not so smart there, Charlie.
Timeout coach Rich Berger Jr. He asked for it at first, official didn't hear him, and then he
did it again, and he finally gets it. So it'll be a timeout. We'll be right back. LMC Varsity Sports, 5:52 left in this first quarter, just 2:08 gone by, and it's 4-4. A pretty even game so far. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, following the timeout by Coach Berger Jr., Rich Berger Jr. from Suffern. His assistant coach is his father, former coach Rich Berger Sr., who passed the reins to his son a year or 2 ago.
Is Cheese his middle name there, Charlie?
I already said that joke off the air.
I just probably did not hear there, Charlie.
Allie James will bring it up. Gutierrez looking for Sec. Sec gets it, and she's got 6 quick points. Nice pass from James, and the Tigers leads.
Sec is using her height very well early in this game.
6'4". A nice play by Sec again as she gets another steal that's picked up by Gutierrez. James for 3, and it's off the front of the iron. No good. Sec with the rebound, and she's got 8 points. Wow, Sec is on fire. She's got 8 points in less than 3 minutes. 2 minutes, 50 seconds gone by, and it's 8-4 Tigers, and Sec has all 8.
You got the female Tracy McGrady here in Mamaroneck there, Charlie.
Although McGrady did it in about 30 seconds. What was that, 13 points in 30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
And Sec's got 8, though. And the layup is missed on a good pass from Allie Goldstein to Grace Krebs, and she can't make it.
Sec gets a rebound on that play.
And passes it out of bounds, does James. The Mounties break the press. And it's a travel again on Suffern. And Sydney Goldstein can't believe it. 4:22 to go, 8-4 lead for the Tigers in this low scoring, yet not that low scoring first quarter. As James pushes it to the corner, and that 3 is good, just a 2-foot on the line for Jamie Randall, and she's got 2 points, and Allie James has 2 assists, and Tigers lead 10-4. Sec continues to lead all scorers with 8 points as she leads the Tigers, and that shot is no good. Pulled down by Sec though. James pushing it and gets through one defender and throws it over Amanda Gutierrez's head, and it's out of bounds to Suffern with 3:47 left in this first quarter, and Tigers up 10-4 on the Mounties.
Yeah, I've yet to see that spark from Allie James there, Charlie. It's been pretty all fat and sec for the Mamaroneck Tigers though.
Foul on James, her first, team's first. It's good because James is their best player. She's a little cold, but it doesn't matter because Sec is on fire, so. And Randall made a nice shot in the corner as well. So it's 10-4 Tigers with 3:40 to go following the first foul of the game on Allie James, and that layup is good for Elizabeth Ellsworth. She's got 2. Allie Goldstein has 2, and Delaney Hall has 2. More of a divide for Suffern, 6 points, as opposed to Sec having 8 and Randall having 2 for the Tigers. Inside to Randall, out to James. James thought about it, but they swarmed her right away. Out of bounds off of the Mounties, and it'll stay with Mamaroneck. As Coach McNellis really had to yell. I think these refs are deaf, because the same coach had to yell. The coach on the other side had to yell twice right in front of the official for a timeout, and McNellis had to scream 3 times, and she finally got her timeout acknowledged. So we'll be right back, and hopefully the refs can get their hearing sorted out when we return here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, out of the timeout, Coach McNellis yelling instructions. James gets it to Fatine Sack, and she'll go to the free throw line. That was Noctigal who inbounded, I think, not James.
And Seth gets fouled right there.
So she'll go to the line for 2. Foul on Kristen Conway, her first. Her and Morgan Tamburo, who we haven't seen yet, are the only listed seniors as from Suffern. The two captains are juniors, Ellsworth and Hall. Yeah, Tamburo is on the end of the bench, so she is on the healthy and playing. Sec 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She's got 9 of the 11 points. Randall has the other 2, and it's a loose ball picked up by Sydney Goldstein. Played to the top of the key to Ellsworth, who has 2 points, and that is Sydney Goldstein who gets it. Allie Goldstein had it there, and it is thrown away from Conway, so a rough start for her. She came off the bench, got a quick foul, and then now a turnover. It'll be brought up by Gutierrez as the Tigers lead 11-6 with 2:50 to go. As that one is off by Noctigal, her first shot off of Sec, and she can't get her 4th rebound of the day, and it'll go to Suffern with 2:43 left as the Tigers continue to lead as they lead 11-6. Suffern was up 4-2, I think.
Yes, they were 4-2 in the beginning.
Yeah, Mamaroneck scored the first basket, and it was 4-2 Suffern, and this has been their only lead.
Another bad break there for Suffern there too, Charlie.
Yeah.
Another ball thrown away.
A little miscommunication when the player didn't stay back, and then the ball was thrown, and she was already moving. So a turnover. You got a bad break on the ball, as you said, and it was played back to Gutierrez from Sec to Randall to Sec, and off. James picks it up, and she'll have her first 2 points to go along with 2 assists as she got the rebound. Suffern quickly brings it forward, and they miss a layup as Allie Goldstein brought up, and James has Sec open. Instead, James right to the basket for 2, and she's got 4 points.
Very quickly right there, 4 points.
And it's quickly 15-6. They thought Coach Berger might call a timeout, but he doesn't. He's sitting down. In the corner, that 3 is off the front line and good. Good thing he did call a timeout, as that's good for Ellsworth. She's got 5 to lead all Mountie scores, and that makes it a 2-possession game again, 15-9. Our first 3 of the game from either team. And Sec will have it. She'll pass to Gutierrez. Foul on Goldstein, the older Goldstein, Allie, the junior, as opposed to her younger sister, Sydney. They both wear 2 and 3. Sydney is a freshman, Allie a junior. Allie's got 2, Sydney's got 3. As the 2 officials get together, they got to be right next to each other so they can hear each other. Coach McNellis was confused. She was like, what's going on? What are you doing? As Sec gets the inbound pass, so she was ready to roll. And a foul on Randall over the back, her first. Team second. Both teams have 2 fouls. Neither will reach the bonuses. It's 5 fouls and 2 shots, but per quarter.
There's a lot of turnovers there here, Charlie.
Yeah, there has been, Peter. And that'll be a foul. Quick second foul picked up by Randall. 2 shots. She picked up 2 fouls in 10 seconds. And it looks like Sarah Bennett will come in to replace her. As 2 free throws coming for Suffern. And they're good. First one is good for Allie Goldstein. She's got 3 points and the score is 15-10. Suffern looking to end this quarter closer to a tie. So it was 15-6. They made that 3. And now this free throw could make it 15-11 in a 4-point game. And it does. A weird arc, but it goes in nonetheless. Kind of a good angle. And Bennett right off the bench, and she scores. Allie James with another assist. Sarah Bennett, first 2 points, and it's again a 6-point lead for the Tigers, 17-11, as they have their press here, and Coach McNellis is very happy on the sidelines, and brought up by Goldstein, and she weaves through traffic, gets away with a travel, and misses it, and Seck pulls it down. Sally Goldstein couldn't get that one to go, and it's 38 seconds to go. Inside to Bennett, and it goes off of Suffern, 33.3, 20 on the shot clock, as Mamaroneck will have it here underneath the basket, and we'll have official did not let her just check in right off the bench. She ripped off that warm-up shirt and wanted to come in right off the bench, but have her check in, and she will. So it'll be in for the first time. Kristen Tarantino replacing Elizabeth Ellsworth. Inside to Bennett, and she's got 4 quick points. Good pass from Noctigal. She's got 2 assists. Bennett's got 4, and Suffern can hold for the last shot if they please, and they should, as they trail 19-11. Don't want to give Mamaroneck a chance to possibly get a double-digit lead. And the 3 will be good! Taken by Anna Velarde, and she just came into the game. James at the buzzer, and that is no good off the front of the iron. So with that last 3 from Suffern, they now trail by 5, 19-14, a high-scoring first quarter for girls high school basketball. And we'll be right back with the second quarter next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, James and Gutierrez back. And so is Seck, as they've played the majority of this one. Actually, they played the whole first quarter, and now they come out for the second. And same with Noctigal, and she'll be, and Bennett will be out there. The only reason Randall isn't out there is because she has 2 fouls. Seck has it underneath, and she traveled. No good. It went off the top of the basket, and they called it travel. I don't think that would have counted anyway, because it hit the top of the.
It went on the other side.
In the NBA, that's allowed now, but now in it's not allowed in high school. Yeah, because it hit the top of the backboard below the. And that one is 2 shots. Sarah Bennett's first foul. First team foul. 19-14 Mamaroneck leads, 7:29 to go in this second quarter, in this first half. And 2 shots for Suffern. And they're now a perfect 3-3 from the free throw line as a team. And Ellsworth has 6 points. Make it 7. James has it now, passes to Gutierrez at the top of the key with 20 on the shot clock, 7:18 to go on the game clock. Seck has it, back to Gutierrez, looking for James, can't find her, instead passes to Randall, to Bennett, who will go to the line for 2 shots.
She almost had that almost go in, what then would have been +1.
First foul for
Tarantino. Yeah, but it was partially blocked while the foul. And Sarah Bennett is 1 of 1, and 1 more to. Off the back iron, no good. Nice rebound by Sek, and she'll put it up, and it'll be no good. Rebounded by Ellsworth. Ellsworth will bring it up. She'll pass, and that 2 will be good for Sydney Goldstein. Her first 2 points. Her sister Allie has 4, and Noctigal misses. Bennett right there, but she misses the layup. Could tie the game. Allie James with the blocking foul, but it was non-shooting. Allie James has 2 fouls already. That could be, she gets a 3rd here. That wouldn't be good from Mamaroneck.
Wide open shot.
And off the line, as Sek was able to contest it at the very end of the shot. And James gets it back, and Mamaroneck will hold the lead for now, as they had the lead since they led 6-4. They had trailed 4-2, and Suffern will look to tie it for the first time since it was 4-4, and they will. It'll be good for Velarde. She's been good off the bench, 5 points. I think she's made, those are the only 2 shots she's taken, that 3 and 2, and she's got 5 off the bench for Suffern. Sek passes inside to Bennett. Bennett outside to James, then guarding her tightly as they've done their homework, to Gutierrez. And nearly stolen, and a good effort crashing into the bleachers to save it by Elizabeth Ellsworth, and Suffern will look to retake the lead for the first time since they led 4-2. 5:45 to go in the half. Mamaroneck just has 1 point in this second quarter. A 3 off the cross-court pass, no good. Nice pass from Velarde, who's really playing well to fellow freshman Goldstein, Sydney Goldstein, who missed the 3. James has it though. Suffern's looked a lot better in the second quarter.
Oh yeah, very. They brought it all the way back here in the second quarter, tied it, and now they're
they've outscored
looking for that lead too, but Mamaroneck wants to regain this lead right now.
They've outscored him 6-1 in this quarter. Bennett fakes it to Sek, and it goes out, and it'll be Suffern ball with 5:09. I think they need a timeout, Coach McNellis.
No, Sek looks like she wants to get taken out of the game. She just asked for, yeah.
She's played the whole game. She's winded. She grabbed her chest too there.
Yeah, she was asking Coach McNellis very quickly on that after that last play that she's
putting Randall back in, even though Randall's Randall's got 2 fouls. So Randall and James will be out there. Ooh, in and out. That looked like it had no chance. Then it somehow could, and a good rebound by Sek.
Sek will.
She played the whole first quarter, and now this part of the second. So she's played 13 minutes or 11 minutes and counting now.
Yeah, she's played even more than what she played last game that we covered against Portchester.
And these are stressful minutes as they've been close. And Sek makes it.
There she goes.
Nice pass, Gutierrez. Sek's got 11 now, first basket since the 4-minute mark of the first quarter for her. 5 twos and a free throw. And Suffern will bring her up and look to re-tie it at 22. These cross-court passes stolen by Sek. Nice play. As soon as she asked for the sub, she's got a rebound, a steal, and made a basket.
Yeah, that's right. She's got 11 points, 8 rebounds, and that steal up to date right now. She's leading all scorers, it looks like.
She had an assist too, I think, right? And that one will be rebounded and put home by Noctigal. Her first 2 points. Nice rebound and basket for Alexia Noctigal.
Follows with those 2 assists that she has from earlier in this game.
And 3 is missed, and Sek with another rebound. And Coach McNellis calls a timeout.
I think she needs to give a quick breather for some of her players, especially for Team Sek, who's leading the day with points and rebounds there, Charlie.
So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports as Fabrizi and Randall check in for Mamaroneck next.
here on LMC TV. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, 3:20 to go. As the new player Tina Fabrizi inbounds to Allie James, and she brings it up. James has 4 points.
On the sideline, it looks like
season average.
for Team Sec is being checked out by the trainer over there. Looks like that's not a good sign. Hopefully she will be okay.
As it's stolen by Suffern and they call a timeout, their second. So Mamaroneck and Suffern both have used 2 timeouts. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. 3:02 remaining in this first half. A good one, 24-20. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the timeout. They never switched the shot clock. It's still running. That's not right. That's a mistake. They forgot to reset the shot clock. So they'll have to reset it because on the last play they didn't reset it from when Mamaroneck had it. So a little miscommunication at the table, and we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. So when Mamaroneck lost the ball and she was on the ground, the girl from Suffern and the coach Berger Jr. called timeout. The shot clock was never reset. You could see it counting down and nobody realized. And they reset it, and now they're down to 8, and they'll make the 2 for Hall. I guess if they had made a quick 2 before, that wouldn't have mattered. But
Yeah.
then instead, they were working the offense right out of the timeout, as teams usually do, and it's Hall's got 4. Randall with the brick in the corner, and it is rebounded by Tarantino. And Suffern looks to tie it, and off. I don't know how that's not a foul, either a charge. Actually, that's got to be a blocking foul.
Could have been, yeah. It should have been more of a blocking and charging right there.
Yeah, well, because her feet weren't set as she moved Fabrizi, so it couldn't be a charge run. Gutierrez looks to check back in for as she came out with Fabrizi, and James with the 3 from downtown. She's got 7.
She was wide open that whole time. And
So Sec has 11. James has 7. So that's 18. Sec and James have 18
altogether
of the 27.
And Bennett has 5, and Noctigal has
2 of it.
Looks like Fatim wants to come back in. Looks like she looks okay.
Oh, geez, Allie James just picked up her 3rd foul. Got to take her out of the game. Yeah, she wasn't going to take James out until she just picked up her 3rd foul, and she has to.
You can't leave her in.
She'll have to be out for the rest of it. Well, it's a minute and a half, so that's good. But as James and Randall both come out, and Sec and Gutierrez both come back in with the Tigers up 5 with 1:28 to go, and Allie Goldstein misses it. She's got 4 points.
Sarah Bennett.
Nice ball movement by Mamaroneck there, finding their down on the post right there for the easy 2.
Sarah Bennett has 7 off the bench. Rebounded by Noctigal. Gutierrez will dribble it up. Sec gets it. 3 in the key. First time they called that, and it'll be Lindsay Randall coming in.
So Sec, after coming in, gets out pretty quick again.
Doesn't want to get her more hurt in the final minutes here. That 3 is off the front iron. No good for Krebs. Gutierrez brings it up. The 7-point lead for the Tigers. And 24 on the game clock and 21 on the shot clock. 3-second difference, and it's stolen by Suffern.
And they'll bring it up. Will Ellsworth.
She's got 7 points, and she's fouled. Foul number 4 for the Tigers of the quarter.
Foul on Gutierrez, her first.
For some reason, I thought, did she kick the ball? It looks like she was actually kicking the ball on that play. That makes it 2 points for Suffern.
Elizabeth Ellsworth, she's got 9 points now.
Gutierrez has it here. Breezy will have to put it up, and she will miss the layup at the buzzer. That would have been a big buzzer beater, but instead, that would have put Mamaroneck at 31 points and give them a 7-point lead. Instead, they lead by 5. So
29.
It'll be 10-10. Wait, yeah, 10-10. It's 29-24. That quarter was 10 for Suffern, 10 for Mamaroneck. So we'll be back with the second half here on LMC Varsity Sports as the Tigers have a 5-point lead. Next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside our cameramen Matt Meyerson, Sean Kelly, and Robin Reddy, who is also LMC Varsity Sports producer, and alongside Peter Bear, I'm Sean McGraw, stolen by Amanda Gutierrez to start the half as Suffern brought it up to James, who has the 3 fouls, and she will shoot the 2 in and out. No good. James has 7 points, and Suffern will bring it up here. And it'll be A layup for Ellsworth. She has
11.
11 now.
Ellsworth has 11 points. Most points for Suffern girls here.
2 from the free throw line as the Mounties are 4-4, and James with a nice pass to Knock to go.
And she'll make the layup, and she's got 4. James has 4 assists to go along with 7 points.
She does have 3 fouls. She had to come out for the final 1:30 for the first time in the game. Final 1:30 of the first half when she picked up that 3rd foul. Three is off the front of the iron, and Sek knocks it out. Was off from Mamaroneck as the coach, the ref realized he pointed the wrong way, and he gave it to Suffern.
Illegal screen called on Suffern. Kristen Conway, her second, team's first.
Has it here inside to Randall, who has
2 fouls. She can't handle it.
Both coaches do have 4 timeouts left because they just used 2 each in the first half. As boys basketball coach Tyrone Carver has entered the building. And that one is no good. And it'll be brought up by Mamaroneck. And that's good by Allie James.
She's got 9.
And Mamaroneck leads by 7, 33-26, and that's a foul. There's the foul on. Who? Did he say?
It looks like it's on Allie James.
Jesus, I thought that was on Sek. That's a bad call.
That looked like that was on
Fatim Sek. I don't know how that was on James, but
nonetheless, that's her 4th foul. That's not good.
also took the official forever to, but she'll come out with her 4th after just scoring her
8th and 9th point.
I thought it was on 2nd. That would have been fine because it would have been Sek's 1st. So James will have to come out probably for the rest of the quarter. And then she'll have to be cautious to not foul out, as Gutierrez will steal it.
We didn't hear a lot of Gutierrez today.
Foul on Krebs, her 1st.
Team 2nd. Gutierrez has it now. side to Randall, stolen by Suffern, and count the basket, blocking foul on Gutierrez. Coach Manalis.
And that'll be a foul on Gutierrez, and Coach McNellis can't be a...
I don't know, I agree. That could have been a charge, definitely.
Yeah.
That was
Coach McNellis
close,
is giving it to the ref.
could have been a charge.
But Coach Berger is saying that was a blocking. Of course he's gonna want that foul for his team.
Ellsworth completes the three-point play. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and as a team now,
Gutierrez picked up her second foul.
as a team now they're 5 for 5, and that's a foul. Block on Suffern's.
Krebs her second.
So Ellsworth has 14 points, leading all scorers here.
Count the basket for Randall off the inbound.
She's got 4 now. Foul, third team foul on Conway.
She'll come out. She only played like 4 or 5 minutes and picked up 3 fouls.
She'll be replaced by Delaney Hall.
Randall looking to give a 7-point lead, and she does.
So Randall's got 5 points.
That one is blocked by Randall on the floor, picked up by Tina Fabrizi,
And a double dribble called on Noctigal. Didn't see that. That was an interesting one.
Coach McNellis looks really fired up there, Charlie.
That three is, geez, off the window and good. Rob could have shot it that way and put it in. It's a little,
As that three is good for Krebs.
Window shopping is Krebs. She hit the high part of the glass, not even the lower part of the glass, and went in and Sek with the rebound, and that's good.
Sek's got 13 now.
And she got the 10th rebound, double-double.
Right in one sequence. Charge, timeout, Suffern.
Charge, Goldstein.
Her second. So it's 38-32. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
As Mamaroneck has a 6-point lead. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following that charge
On
Goldstein,
Allie Goldstein, they'll bring it up. Sek, that looked like a charge. It was the elbow. That looked like that looked like an offensive foul on that charge right there. Refs have lost control of this game because Sek elbowed the girl when she went to the ground, and then they call. That's weird.
And Coach Berger was saying it right there too. It's like, it's not my girl, right?
Well, if you didn't, that shouldn't have been called a foul if they didn't call the initial elbow on Sek. I don't understand. Sek's free throw, no good.
.32 lead. Sek looking for her 14th point.
And it'll be off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Randall, though. And then rebounded by Sydney Goldstein, who's snuck in for the travel against Suffern. We've seen a lot of travels called against them. Gutierrez will bring it up. Mamaroneck, it's now in the double bonus for the rest of the quarter, and Seth makes the 2. She's got 15 now on that shot. Suffern brings it forward, and the 3 is off the just touch the front iron. That looked like it was going to be an air ball, but touched the front iron for Goldstein, rebounded by Seth again. So she's got
15 points and 11 rebounds.
Yep.
Both sides of the court doing great.
And she got that rebound right after the elbow that wasn't called, so probably 12 then. Is that one inside? No. Oh. So Bennett misses it. She's got 7 off the bench, but can't find it, and Suffern has it here. That pass is just out of the fingertips. 2 shots. Foul on Sarah Bennett, her second, team's third. 2 shots for Ellsworth, as they, as a team, are 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Ellsworth is 3 of 3. Let's see if she can keep it perfect. As the light goes back on in the corner there, went out for a second, but it's got real dark in that far corner. The gym in that one is good for Ellsworth. She's got 15 points now, and misses the first free throw for Suffern, but she gets her own rebound and misses the layup. And Suffern gets the rebound again. Ellsworth gets it back. 7-point lead. And nice pass, and the layup is good for Delaney Hall. She's got a quiet 6 points on the nice pass from Goldstein, and it's back to a 5-point game. That's the magic number. It's been a 5-point game about 4 or 5 times for Mamaroneck's lead, and it's a foul. Foul against
Mamaroneck.
Bennett. 14 foul. Sarah Bennett's third off the bench. She's played about 7-8 minutes, has 7 points and 3 fouls. Suffern will bring it up, looking to make it a 1-possession game with a 2 or a 3. Be handed off. And that one across. They like to throw that long cross-court pass, which is dangerous. And a foul called. 2 shots. They're in the bonus anyway, so it would be 2 nonetheless. I think it was on Fabrizi, her first. No, it was on Gutierrez. I thought it was on Fabrizi. Wow. Mamaroneck's not getting breaks on foul calls that look like they're on.
On one player, but it's the other.
Gutierrez's third as opposed to Fabrizi's first. And Elizabeth Ellsworth makes another free throw. She is now
16
points, but four of five of 6 now. She had an N1 before. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. She had that N1 before. So 6 of 7 for Ellsworth.
She leads all scorers with 17.
Sex got 15.
Yep.
Stolen, and they got a chance to tie it if they can make a 3. Make it a 1-point game with a 2. Ellsworth looking for more points, and it was intercepted. And her 3 in the corner is good! Tie game, 40-40. Ellsworth with a huge 3, and we got a tie ball game. All of this happening with Allie James on the bench with 4 fouls. That's key.
Very key. As we spoke earlier in this game, that you got to watch out for Allie James. She's the spark for this Mamaroneck Tigers basketball team. And now you can tell in this whole quarter who is missing on this court.
Gutierrez misses Ellsworth with a rebound too. She's got to have a double-double. I know you haven't been counting her rebounds, but technical on the coach. We're waiting for the call from the official. We got a technical on the coach. They call it charge, right?
So
that's
there's
why
two
he got angry, because of the charge.
But not only that, because of the earlier call, what happened on the charge that Coach Joanna McNellis was complaining about, and she didn't get a technical, and he's like, why am I getting a technical over here?
Well, we've talked about it without talking about it. The officials have been horrendous the whole game, and that continues. And it's tough to I don't know. That was either a no call. That should have been a no call. It's either a no call or a foul. That wasn't a charge though. I got it right. I don't think so. But that's it.
That was just our first foul? That's crazy.
On Ellsworth, so 2 free throws coming.
For Gutierrez following a technical for Rich Berger Jr.
He did scream and yell on the court.
And that's what his complaint is about on him getting technical, because why didn't they get to shoot a technical for Coach Joanna McNellis yelling earlier?
But also, I don't think that he called the technical on him, but he was yelling at him. The official over here, who was right next to him, had the best view of it, but the charge runner just gave him the ball anyway, so it's not like 42-40 as this game has been very excellent game. As it'll go into sec to Bennett. Out of bounds off of Suffern. No, it was out of bounds off of Mamaroneck, so it'll be Suffern ball. Krebs will inbound to
It's Ellsworth. Leads all scorers.
That one is missed and a blocking foul. Ellsworth has 20 now, right?
Yes.
Because Ellsworth
After
leads
that
all scorers
three
with
that tied
20.
the
Right,
game.
right. She had 20.
She had 20 points right there.
First foul on Sec, who has 15.
Who's got 15 points?
Yes, and she has 11
been
rebounds.
Who's Sec?
Yeah. Ellsworth's got to have close to that.
And just the one missed free throw for Suffern, as they're now 7 of 8 as Grace Krebs makes her first free throw.
Let's see what big difference we might see in the fourth quarter if Allie James comes back in this fourth quarter.
Well, she's got to.
But when in the fourth quarter does she come back?
As Krebs ties it
At 42. My bad. It's been a routine from the officials. We said it before when he pointed the wrong way for Suffern. He pointed the wrong way for Mamaroneck, as Mamaroneck's ball when it was clearly Suffern's, and then he apologized. Third time he's done that.
Shouldn't it be, and the scoreboard looks like I've been having another issue. I don't know. Should it be 42-42?
Yeah,
No, now
they
they
gave
did
it to
it,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. They had it. Fabrizio inbound underneath the basket, and a full court press and a jump ball. Stays with Mamaroneck, and Gutierrez will come back in for Fabrizi. So that'll be a jump ball. So now it'll be, should switch it on the box though. Gutierrez to Bennett, and they switch it because it'll go to Suffern now, and the arrow, and they'll break the half court. The full court press nearly walked, but she didn't. Instead, she passes to her sister, Lindsay Randall, to Jamie Randall. Suffern picks it up, and they got a chance to take the lead, and no good, in and out on the layup. She did not use the glass. Gutierrez, half court, heave, well short. She had Sec if she looked up and could have put it up quickly, but it'll be 42-42
as we got one heck of a girls basketball game. 18 points for Suffern in that quarter, and 13 for Mamaroneck without Allie James, as she came out with the fourth. She had the 6th and 7th points with that basket, but then she came out for the fouls. So we'll be right back. Actually, she's got 9 points now. She got 4 of them in that quarter. We'll be
right back on LMC Varsity Sports. It should be a great final quarter here on LMC TV. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Allie James is out with the 4 fouls. And this game is tied at 42 as Suffern had a late run there.
Allie James is back in.
Yeah, I know, I just said that. Despite the technical from Coach Rich Berger, and Gutierrez did make those 2 free throws, but on that possession they didn't score. But they would have got it anyway because of the charge. It was questionable, but she'll have 2 as the foul. Free throw is missed. Who's that who's that foul on? Because that can't be Sek. Sek got one before. It says 21-1. She missed that free throw though and made the second. So she is now 6 of 7 plus 7 of 9 from the free throw line. She's got 21 points.
Does Ellsworth, and they got a 1-point lead to Suffern. Second side, count the basket!
Plus
pass
1.
from Gutierrez.
And Sek will go to the line, and
She has
looking
17.
for the end one. 17, looking for 18. She has struggled from the free throw line. She is 1 of 2, 2 of 4. Now, again, she missed it 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
Mamaroneck has struggled. Suffern's been really good from the free throw line. Barely missed, and that one goes off of Ellsworth. Bad carom. That was like a volleyball spike swat. And first 2 points.
Allie James has 5 assists, and Lindsay Randall's in the scoring column.
And Mamaroneck's got a 3-point lead, 46-43 with 7:05 to go in this 4th quarter. And they switch it, and the 3 is thought about. Official in and out, and then in! Official almost called the travel as he went to blow his whistle.
But instead, Delaney Hall's got 8 points, and the assist from Tarantino.
James inside to Sek, and that's good.
James has 6 assists. Sek has 19, as she's 2 behind Ellsworth, who's got 21.
And Delaney Hall feeling it after the last basket. It's to James. James to the basket, and it's swatted away by Ellsworth.
Oh,
A foul, though. A late foul call. It wasn't over the back, but it was a late call by the official. So he didn't call it right away, and because of the screaming, you couldn't hear the whistle. Because of the fans and the coaches yelling, and Ellsworth's second, team's second. James at the free throw line. It's in and out, no good.
First free throw of the game, and she's looking for her 10th.
I think that was her 10th point right there.
No, she missed it.
Oh,
She just missed that.
Okay.
In and out. Still a 3-point lead. It could be her 10th if she makes this one, the second end. But Mamaroneck continues to struggle from the free throw line. No good.
Rebounded by Suffern.
Travel.
No good, Ellsworth.
but Mamaroneck has worked very good on this end, trying to get a lot of turnovers.
5 of 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken, from the free throw line.
Yeah.
For the Tigers, right? 5 for 11. For Sek is 2 of 6.
She misses, makes that.
Now she gets to 21 to tie Ellsworth. So each team has a player with 21 points.
Timeout for Suffern. As once again, the official did not hear Coach Berger Jr. calling timeout. They missed the shot. And it's a 5-point lead for Mamaroneck as he is upset. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Not a good game for these officials.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, alongside Peter Vera, I'm Charlie McGraw, and it is
A 5-point lead. Once again, another 5-point lead. About the 56th time Mamaroneck's had a 5-point
lead in this one.
All the starters back on the floor for Mamaroneck. Barely tipped by Ellsworth. I didn't see that. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. 5:35 on the game.
I was like, that's why Fatim Sek let that ball go away. She's probably saw that tip that you're mentioning there, Charlie.
Also, I don't think she could have. It would have been a tough play for her to get. But that one's good. Gutierrez with the assist to Noctigal has 6 now. And that one is good by Ellsworth, and she jumps ahead to lead all scorers with 23 now. Junior captain off of Gutierrez's leg, good call. And it'll be the ball will go to Suffern down 5 with plenty of time, 5:06 to go in this one here on LMC Varsity Sports. Alongside Peter Vera, I'm Troy McGraw, our cameraman, our Matt Myerson, Sean Kelly, and our LMC Varsity Sports Director, also our cameraman, Mr. Rob Moretti. So that is a travel for another travel, ton of travels against the Mounties. Suffern's 5-4, Mamaroneck's 5-3. Winner of this game will get their 6th win of the season. That 3 is good! A clutch 3 to give an 8-point lead. And despite missing the 2 free throws, the first points of the quarter for Allie James. And that one is good by, that wasn't Ellsworth, right? That was 14. Delaney Hall, she now has 10 points. So Delaney Hall has 10, and it's a 6-point game. A good answer on that offensive rebound is James has 12, Sek has 21, Ellsworth has 21, Hall's got 10. The leading scorers for both teams are, as I said, Hall and Ellsworth leads all scorers with 23. Hall's got the 10. As that 3 from the other side is no good. Out of bounds off of Suffern, and we'll go to Mamaroneck with 2 timeouts for Suffern and 4 remaining for the Tigers. So Coach Joanna McNallis has a boatload of timeouts. That, I don't know how that didn't hit the touchdown pass from Gutierrez. Count the basket for Noctigal. She's got 8 now. Nice assist on the touchdown from the QB, Gutierrez. And it'll be an 8-point lead and 9 if Noctigal can make it. But I don't know how that almost hit like the ones that come down when they play in gym. Those like baskets for half court. It almost hit that one.
He threw a clutch Aaron Rodgers pass all the way across.
Yeah, a healthy Aaron. Violation on Noctigal. Her foot was in front of the line. She missed the free throw, but they'll bring it up. Suffering down 8. Kick ball. Boy, Coach Berger Jr. better watch. He doesn't want to get run here. If a coach gets ejected, that's in a suspension, right, or no? Because if a player gets ejected and suspended for the next game, I'm not sure if it's true for the coaches as well. Rob, who usually knows that kind of stuff, let me down, but it's okay. It'll be brought up. And no good, in and out. Can't get the rebound to fall. Those are the shots you need if you're Suffern. Allie Goldstein. That would have made it a 6-point game. Instead, Mamaroneck will slow it down, as Coach Joanna McNallis tells him to. Suffern, though, if they're going to have to start playing the foul game later, that might help, as we said there. No, that's a shot clock violation. Puts it in at the buzzer, was Noctigal. That makes it a 10-point. Noctigal's got 10 now, and a 10-point lead, and a block on Gutierrez. 2 shots for Allie Goldstein. She's already 2 of 2, looking to go 4 of 4. Gutierrez, that's her 5th and final foul. She's out. I only had it for 3, but they said that's her 5th. She'll have to come out for the final 2:50 in overtime. As Fabrizi will replace her. Mamaroneck's only used, what, 8 players? Sek, Randall, Noctigal, Gutierrez, James, Lindsay Randall, and Fabrizi. Oh, and Sarah Bennett. That one is good.
So Gutierrez finished with 2 points.
Sec has 21.
Only 8 players for the Tigers. That's an air ball free throw. So it's a 59-50 with 2:50 to go. And so it's a 3-possession game technically with 3 threes could tie it for Suffern. And they will have a full court press here. They have a timeout if they can use it, that they can use. They have 4 of them, but instead they just get it in. Noctigal has it. Thought about it, and Suffern gets a steal and a travel. Wow. Just the 3rd foul. 15.
Foul on Noctigal, her first.
I thought it was a walk, but that was a good call for Suffern. And she had the 3. They switch it. They do that every time, and that's a
Nice steal by Sec.
Sec with a huge steal there. Didn't allow a shot to be hoisted. And now directly, if they can take it all the way down, it'll take it to the 2-minute mark. Fabrizi gets away with the travel.
That's right.
James has it here. Fabrizi did travel. That's a good call. That's a good call. Can't let her get away with it twice. They have only played. Gutierrez has fouled out. James has played. James, obviously. Randall, Fabrizi, that's 4. Noctigal, Randall, Sec, that's 7, and Bennett. Only 8 players.
So she took out Fabrizi.
And put in Randall for more size. Count the basket for
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth's got 25 now.
She's taking a comfortable lead, and they're only down 7, 59-52 with 1:57. She makes this 3. She makes this free throw. It's a 6-point game, 2 possession. Stranger things have happened. And that one is good. Ellsworth and Coach
Berger Jr. will use
one of his final 2 timeouts. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. This one is far from over. 59-53, 6-point lead. But Suffern just had a 3-point play. So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the timeout by Suffern. They only have 1 left. It'll be nearly thrown away, but a great catch by Randall. And they find Sec, no, but James somehow steals it right back as it was nearly stolen, but not yet by Allie Goldstein. Inside, Bennett. A little risky because they still had 12 seconds to waste. Instead, she makes the 2, and she's got 9 off the bench. When they're up by 8, and that 2 is an air ball, and rebounded by Randall. 61-53 lead. Mamaroneck has it here.
Bennett has been very clutch off the bench there, Charlie.
Call for a foul, and they do.
It's a loose ball foul?
On Ellsworth. No, he told them to foul because
the clock's going down. Ellsworth
2, I think that's her 3rd. It says 2nd, but I think it's her 3rd. And they got a foul. Yeah, her 3rd, Ellsworth.
14, so that's Delaney Hall. I think her first.
It's weird. Right, her first. She's played most of the game. Only has 1 foul. And Randall will shoot 2. It's automatically a double bonus, so when teams are trailing and they're trying to foul, instead of it being a 1-and-1,
it's a double bonus. And Randall made a free throw earlier to complete a 3-point play. Is now 2 of 2, the best free throw shooting percentage for the Tigers, and she has 6 points. And 7. So clutch free throws, and Jamie Randall makes it a 10-point lead.
Looks like Jamie Randall had to be on the free throw line most of the game, but it wasn't her who got fouled throughout this game today.
Off of Randall, will stay with Suffern. So that makes the Tigers 7 of 14, though, those 2 free throws at even 50%. And they'll put in the good shooter Velarde, who has 5 points off the bench in for Suffern, as they're down 10 with 57 seconds to go. But they have the ball, and it's nearly stolen by James, and it is. James up to the races. Misses the free throw, but a late
she gets
call.
fouled.
And Ellsworth looks hurt. It looks like she hurt her ankle. That's her 4th foul. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sport as she looked to like really hurt her ankle or her knee. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Vera. I'm Troy McGraw. Final 52 seconds. A tough play there as Elizabeth Ellsworth went to stop Allie James and hard foul, and she wound up getting the blunt of it as she went hard into the boards, and she'll end the game as the leading scorer of the game with 26 points and stayed by 12, and she had to be carried off the court by the trainer and the assistant coach from Suffern as the Mounties are having trouble concentrating without their leader out there. She's by far the best player. She scored 26, and the next scorer was, I think, 10, right, from Delaney Hall. Had 10. She was the second leading scorer.
Hopefully she's okay. We wish the best for her.
Definitely, we do, hopefully. She was, yeah, that would be
She was leading all. Yeah. That would be a very big loss. It did not
look good, though. It looked like she hurt her knee or her ankle. James traveled.
You do not want to see your best player go down. Now when you're well, apparently they're going to lose this game.
Especially in that point of the game.
Yeah.
They had the 2. Instead, she passes in the corner as it went on top, and it did not count as... That counts in the NBA now. But it did not count for Velarde, as she would have been her 8.767. I hope Ellsworth is okay as the final score 65-53, 12 points. It was close, even closer than that, as it was a late burst, as it was tied entering the 4th quarter.
That's right.
So that means Mamaroneck scored 23 points.
That's right, and 11 for
Suffern in the 4th quarter.
That's what you see, Allie James, when she came back in this 4th quarter. It's a big spark right there.
What'd you have? She had 14, I think?
That's right, 14 points and 6 assists.
In about, what'd they play? They played 32. 8 and 4 is 32. So she probably, because of foul trouble, only played about 18 minutes?
That's right.
17, yeah. She probably had to come out, because she came out, she didn't play 7. Well, she played everything about 10 minutes. So she played about 22, less than she normally does in a close game. Nevertheless, still 14 points. Sec led all Mamaroneck players with 21. And we'll be right back with interviews and analysis here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here with Fatim second. Fatim, it was a good win for you guys. You contributed with a double-double. Tell me what was the key as you started out with the first 9 points for your team?
I think definitely communication and sticking together as a team and just like hyping each other up was definitely a big key in winning the game tonight.
And in the 4th quarter, you were tied entering the 4th quarter and you outscored them by 12. Was it you guys wanted it more than them? What was the key there?
I mean, definitely Suffern's a big rival at this school, so it was important for us and really special for us to get this win, so definitely, yeah.
And you guys are now 6-3 and have a chance for a very good season. What do you think your keys will be moving forward?
I think definitely just working hard in practice and improving and, you know, feeding off of each other and just learning more and more about the game is definitely really important.
Back here with Coach Joanna McNallis. And Coach, it was a good win for you guys, a very intense game. Tell me what it was like coaching out there.
We knew it was going to be a game of runs. We had a close game with Suffern last year. They had a lot of seniors, so we were fortunate enough to hopefully make a run, and this is by far the proudest I've ever been of this team. They executed, they took what the defense gave them, they stayed true even when we went on a kind of a lull. They're learning how to play a game of runs, which is incredible and very hard to teach, so they're clicking, which is awesome.
And you had to be most proud of that 4th quarter, outscoring them by 12, because it was tied entering the 4th quarter. Yep. So dominated that 4th quarter. Yeah.
Our whole goal, you know, we're trying to get to a point where we can play a full 32 minutes, which is very hard to do. They know that that's a big ask. So they were very, very close tonight. And when it counted, we just hammered them, which was awesome.
It was also impressive that a couple players stepped up with Allie James in foul trouble.
Yeah.
That was.
And they have to learn that, you know, not every role is going to be the same. We had a couple people come in off the bench and score 5, 6, 7 points when they normally don't, which is a huge buffer if you look at the score. And unfortunately, the only thing I could say is our foul shooting was pretty terrible.
Yeah, 7 of 14.
Yeah, not good. But either way, they fought hard. We got it done, and they played really hard.
And now you're 6-3, and you can use this as momentum. And what do you hope your team builds off this win?
That confidence that they've been kind of struggling with, you know, are we a good team? Are we a mediocre team? And I think if they just play together and believe in themselves, they can take anyone on any night if they play hard and they play tough. So we'll see. We're excited for Arlington. Second round, or first round out bracket was our loss last year against them. So we're ready to take it to them.
Back here in the post-game show, final score 65-53. And Peter, this game came down to the fourth quarter. It was tied entering the fourth quarter, and I think it was 43-43.
Yeah, it was a tie game at the end of the third quarter.
Actually, 42-42.
Yeah.
And Mamaroneck, that was actually Suffern's best leading into that fourth quarter, was their best play. And then Mamaroneck pulled away. It was actually not until the second half of that final fourth quarter.
That's right. As we were speaking earlier in the beginning of the game, in the pregame show, the player to watch was Allie James. And during that third quarter was the moment that she was having foul trouble. And so, like, they were missing their girl out there who was doing all the assists, steals, and everything. But they had Sek out there who was our player of the game today, who showed, you know, her side, how she can be a very explosive player today as well.
She had 21 points and 13 rebounds. So, and it definitely was. But in that fourth quarter, they were able to step it up, and Mamaroneck was able to outplay Suffern in that fourth quarter. And right, as you said, she got her fourth foul with about 6 minutes to go in the third, so she was out then. But she didn't get a foul the rest of the game.
That's
and,
right.
They were the better team, and they played better. But a tough blow in the end there, as Suffern's best player got hurt. Hopefully she's okay. But in the end, it was a very good game. That was closer than the 12-point final score because they fouled down 8 and stuff, so that made it about a 12-point game. But it was very close.
That's true, Charlie. And we wish the best to Suffern, to Ellsworth, and hopefully she comes out okay with this, because Suffern can't lose a great player like she was. She was very explosive today. So we wish the best to Suffern and to Ellsworth out today.
As Suffern is now 5-5, Mamaroneck is now 6-3. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast. CEO Eric Lewis, COO Matt Sullivan, community sports producer Mr. Rob Moretti. Our cameramen were Matt Meyerson, Rob Moretti, and Sean Kelly. Once again, for Peter Vera, this is Charlie McGraw saying thanks so much for watching and have a great evening.